What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Tarry Hall podcast. I'm your host, BJ, and I'm excited that you're here. Today, we have a special treat. We have our very own Team USA member, Abby. Abby's a staff member here at our rink, and she is one of the paramount people that keeps this place going. How you doing, Abby?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, how long have you been roller skating?
I have been roller skating my whole life, so almost 22 years.
Okay, that's quite a while.
Yes.
Have you only roller skated here? Where all have you roller skated at?
I've roller skated all over the country and in a couple other countries as well.
All over the world.
Yes.
So you're a world traveler.
Yes.
At 21?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when was your first trip overseas? How old were you?
I was 11, and we went to the Netherlands for a little bit, and then we did a race in Geisingen and one in Europe.
Okay, that's awesome. So, since you've been a part of this roller rink, and the podcast is about Tarry Hall Roller Rink, how long have you been coming to this particular roller rink in Granville, Michigan?
Become my whole life.
Your whole life?
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite memory? If you look back, what is your favorite memory of Tarry Hall Roller Rink?
Probably getting engaged here.
Getting engaged.
Yes.
Okay. So, who's the lucky guy?
It's Nathan, my husband.
Nathan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been married just about 2 years now. We're coming up on 2 years.
And how is it? What do you think?
It's amazing. I love it. I get to live with my best friend every day. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Awesome. Okay, so with that memory, when you got engaged here at the rink, tell me a little bit about it. How'd it go?
So it went really well. Good for everybody. I was completely oblivious to it. We came, it was late December, just before Christmas.
Okay.
And there was a huge snowstorm, so there was like nobody here. And funny part of it is I was just going to come in my sweatpants and a t-shirt because I was like, no one's going to show up. The weather's awful outside. Who would show up here? And so like no makeup, hair's not done, just in sweats and a t-shirt. And my sister Grace is like, oh, like I thought we'd get dressed up tonight. And I'm like, oh, okay, weird. Like why would, like no one's going to be there. Why would we get dressed up? And so eventually they got me to wear jeans and a t-shirt, and I threw on a little bit of makeup. And we got here, and Nathan's parents and his whole family were here, and we were just having fun skating for a while. And during one of the songs, they announced that we need everyone to clear off the floor. So we cleared off the floor, at least I try to. And I keep getting pulled onto the floor, and I can't figure out why.
You're
Still
like,
oblivious at this point. And so he played one of our favorite songs that we love. It actually ended up being the song that I walked down the aisle to, that we had our first dance to. So it's kind of special to us.
Okay.
And we skated around for a little bit, and then he brought me to the middle of the floor and got down on one.
Wow, that sounds super
It
exciting.
was very exciting.
So, I'm assuming you said yes because you are married.
Yes.
So, did you say yes right away?
I did.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So, now that we talked about your favorite memory, how about your earliest memory? You said you've been coming here since you were born, basically.
Yeah.
What is your earliest memory of Tarry Hall Roller Rink?
Probably skating a Friday night session with my friends when we were about probably 9 or 10 would be my
9
guess.
or 10. Okay.
That's the earliest thing I can think of.
Okay.
So.
I mean, you were skating since you could walk.
Right. So it's never really been like I don't know. It's always been a part of my life, so there's not necessarily one that I can be like, this is the first time I put on skates that I remember doing this. It's just kind of all a blur for me.
It's always been home.
It's always been
right?
home.
It's always been home. It's been home to a lot of people. It's been home to my wife and I for the same amount of years, for 40 years. And I remember my earliest memory at Tarry Hall was I was at a school skating party when I was probably 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not skate. I had rental skates on, the brownies that you lace up. And we call them wall huggers now when we see kids out there that are hugging the wall because they don't know how to skate yet, which we do have a learn to skate class every Saturday morning. Check out our website for the learn to skate class. If you want to have your kid learn how to skate, it's awesome. But I was a wall hugger, and I remember along the wall like this and shuffling my feet just like we see all the time here. And that's my earliest memory, which is pretty cool. So now I gotta know, what is your favorite job? Because you work here at the rink.
Yes.
What is your job title? Like, I guess we
My
could say.
job title is operations manager.
It is. She does everything. That's what her job title is.
Yes.
Okay, so with operations manager, what does that entail?
It's just making sure everything's running smoothly, making sure that everything is stocked up in both the snack bar and the pro shop, texting you, obviously, if we need anything in here, keeping up on skate maintenance,
ordering
making
stuff,
sure people are doing their jobs correctly. If there's any staff communications, that all goes mostly through me. With my boss, my mom.
Okay.
Also helping me out with that. Scheduling, booking parties, answering phones, cleaning.
Sounds like you're a jack of all trades.
Just a little bit.
Okay. So, but you also manage too, and you work in the snack bar and you work in the back room. Well, you don't work in the back room all
Not
that
quite
often,
as much.
just filling in every now and then. So out of all of the jobs, all encompassing of everything she does, because it is everything, what is your favorite?
Probably cleaning. It's not so much
It's
not so much the cleaning part that I like, but I get to play my own music and I can have it as loud as I want when I'm here, and I get to bring my dog with me. So then we just I get my own space. Yes, I get to bring my little puppy with me.
He is the rink mascot.
He is our rink mascot.
Little Reggie. He's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well, anyways, so now that's your favorite job. What about your favorite? So you said you like to listen to music. What's your favorite song?
I don't have a favorite song, but I do like, for working out specifically, more towards rock music, but just in general, my favorite would be country. Okay.
All right. So this is for all the die-hard skaters that come week in and week out that have been here forever. The regulars, we call them. What is your favorite skate jam? Because skate jam is a thing. Like, what's your favorite skate jam? For you to go out on the floor at an adult night on Thursday night, what's the one song that you put on the playlist?
Probably Fergalicious.
Fergalicious.
Either that one or Glamorous. Those two are like my all-time favorites.
That's like, Greg is absolutely loving you right now.
Greg loves those ones.
That's his favorite song too. Okay. Well, that's great. One last thing about favorites. Like, everybody gets a snack bar item when they come here. Like, you come in, teenagers get dropped off on Friday night. Parents give them $20. They come in and they go to the snack bar and they always get one snack. So if you were to get one snack out of the snack bar, what would it be?
Probably one of the peace teas that we have.
That's not a snack.
But
that's not a snack. That is a drink.
Okay. Favorite snack would have to be sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I like those ones.
I do not like sour.
I love sour stuff.
Okay.
It's so good.
All right. So now, this is what everybody was here about: is Team USA. You made Team USA. So, how long have you been speed skating?
I've been speed skating since I could skate.
Since you could skate.
Both of my parents, you guys, obviously brought me into it, and I wanted to race from the moment I could skate. Okay. The moment I could put them on, put a helmet on, and get out there on the floor, I was dying to skate.
She's not lying. She absolutely loves to skate, and she loves to go fast. So, what is your earliest memory with speed skating? Not necessarily here at the rink, but like just speed skating.
Probably there was a meet in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's Bell's, and is one of my
shout out to Chris.
One of my favorite floors of all time. It's just always
that little tiny floor is one of your favorite floors.
I love that floor. When it's freshly coated.
It has a special place in my heart too.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
But there was a race there, and it was one of the first times I had done my division, but then also challenged up to the next division. So I did back-to-back racing, and that was amazing. That's probably my favorite and first memory.
Okay, so that was my next question. What is your favorite event? So is that your favorite event to go to over the years out of all the events that you raced?
No, I would have to say it's my second favorite. My first favorite is there's one called the Emerald Coast Challenge in Milton, Florida. It's actually coming up here in about 2 months.
That's right.
In January.
That's right. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
It's nicknamed Winter Nationals. It's one of the biggest events of the year. There's indoor skating and there's outdoor skating with it too. That would probably be my all-time favorite.
Yeah, and they just built that new bank track there, which is amazing.
Yes.
And Dave Weber, he puts on a fantastic event.
He does so well.
He does so well, and he's all about trying to build the sport and trying to build the community. I absolutely love Dave Weber. It's probably my favorite event right now as well. If I look back over the years, I would always say the Missouri Show Me Showdown was always my favorite. You never got to go to that one because it was done by the time you were born, but back when I was racing when I was younger, that was the biggest event of the year. They'd have 18 heats of senior men, or pro men now, and it was, everybody went to it. They got trophies, giant trophies this tall. I still have them. If you have been a speed skater since the 80s and 90s, you'll know exactly what the Show Me Showdown was. It was legit. So, but Dave Weber's event, I don't know, it's creeping up there for me to be my favorite. I'll say it's my favorite event too, because I love the bank track. I absolutely love skating on the bank track. It's so much fun. So what is your favorite distance to skate?
Any sprints under 500 meters.
You're a sprinter.
Anything less than a minute. Less than a minute would be good. I can do like thousands or 10 lappers, but they are not my preferred.
Okay.
But I love all the sprints, 500s, 200s, 100s, relays, all of that.
Okay. So I'm guessing that's what you are typically placing in the most, is the sprint races. That's where you're in the mix, racing for the gold medal.
Yes.
So do you have a sponsor, Miss Team USA?
I have a couple of them.
Okay.
I had a lot of businesses sponsor me while I was going to Worlds. It's something that
Shout out to Dave Simmons.
We did to help fundraise, just because it was a self-funded event. We don't get paid to go. We actually have to pay to go, and then pay for coaches to go also.
Holy smokes.
And it does end up costing quite a bit, but I was so blessed with so many donations and sponsorships. So we ended up making some t-shirts, and those have a ton of all of the sponsors on it. Some of the main ones are obviously Tarry Hall Roller Rink, Third Coast Sprint Company. They made the shirts for us. Benchmark, Picture Engage, all of the big ones, and then my main skating one would be Simmons Racing, which they do boots and they do some suits and stuff too. Lots of molding. My skates are actually from Simmons. They're customs. They're molded around my feet.
Simply the best. Absolutely love Dave Simmons and his work.
Love them.
Yeah. So what about clothing sponsor? Do you have a clothing sponsor?
Yes. So Vi13 is technically a cycling clothing company, but they do a lot within our speed skating community as speed skaters themselves.
Gary and Teresa, world champions. Teresa is the most decorated world champion in the history of sport. Any sport. She has more gold medals than any other female in any other sport at the World Championships. They are a wonderful company. Check out vi13.com if you want to get some cycling gear or some speed skating gear. They're phenomenal. Great company, great people.
Yeah.
So that's great. So tell me a little bit about Worlds.
Worlds. Oh, it was such an experience.
Where was it at?
It was in China.
Okay.
I can't pronounce the name that it was in, but it was about 2 hours outside of Shanghai. So we took a little puddle jumper plane over there.
Okay.
For a nice
How was the plane
flight.
Ride over? How long was it?
The main plane ride was 16 hours, and it was a long one.
That's a long one.
We tried to make it so that me and my mom, who went, had like a middle seat, so we had a little bit of room to stretch out. They ended up reshuffling the plane a little bit, so we kind of got crammed in on the way there. It was a little rough, but we flew from GR to Detroit and then out of Detroit, and then had a couple different, we had 2 other planes that we had to get on, just from like point A to point B to get us to the main stuff.
How long were you there for?
I was there for 21 days.
Holy smokes, that's a long time. Well, I guess you need to get like acclimated after the long flight. And what was the time difference change?
It was a full 12 hours.
12 hours. So you were like, while we were sleeping here, you were up there. Like, how long did it take to adapt to that different time change?
Going there was, I'd say, probably like a day or so.
That's not too bad.
We did fairly well with like making sure that we stayed up as late as possible so that we could kick our bodies into it. Coming back, that was a different story. That was
pretty rough, huh?
That probably took 4 days to almost a full week to like actually get back into normal and like, okay, this is what we're back to. This is what we need to be at.
How long was it from when you got there to when races started? Did you have enough time to acclimate and get some training in?
Yeah, so we had just about a week. And during that week, Team USA rented out the track a couple different times so we could get a feel for it, just because each track is different. Width, length, some of them are even different sizes, whereas your standard would be 200.
Yeah.
Some are a little bit more, some are a little bit less. It's just kind of however that company or country puts together their track. But we did a couple of different practices throughout the 7 days that we were there, both on the track and on the road course.
So there's a road course too. So there's 2 different courses.
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of the track?
The track was big. It was fairly big, but it was beautiful. It was so smooth.
Yeah. Was it fast?
It was fast. Okay. It's definitely not my forte.
Okay.
But it was probably my favorite track that I've skated on, and I've skated on a handful.
Not your forte. What would be your forte?
Anything on the road.
Anything on the road, yeah.
So,
or you can really stretch out.
Yeah.
Right?
The only main difference is that in the corners on a bank track, they're like come up on an angle, so you have to make sure that your technique is correct to get that. It is not something I excel in. I can do, and I do fairly well.
You just need a little work in it.
Just need a little bit more work in it.
That's a good way to look at it.
Whereas the road course is just flat, so it's just straight. However, whoever's fastest, no technique, no nothing like that.
What's your favorite distance? Well, actually, before you answer that, how many distances are there at the World Championships?
There are a lot. There's a 15K, a 10K points, a 10K a limb, and there used to be a 10K points limb, but I don't think they did that one this year.
But those are all like longer distances, right?
Those are all longer.
Okay, what about the sprint distances that you like?
The ones that I like, they do a 100-meter drag race, which is just 100 meters in a straight line, and that's on the road course.
Okay, so kind of like Usain Bolt style, like track and field. Okay.
Yep. So just
straight.
Just straight. Okay. Straight line as fast as you can go from the start. My favorite would have to be the 1 lap, which can range anywhere from 400 meters to 800 meters, depending on where it is.
Okay, so this is on the road course.
Yes, this is on the road course as well. And that's just 1 lap as fast as you can go, all out, and that one's lots of fun. And then there is the 1,000, which is not my favorite, but I will
You're learning to love it,
and I am learning. I am adapting to
Oh my
it.
goodness, that one's a tough one. That one's a very tough one.
That
one makes you hurt. Okay, so now that we talked a little bit about World Championships and the track and the distances, you got to actually watch firsthand the best speed skaters in the entire world skate and race at the World Championships. Tell me a little bit about what that was like. What was your first impression when you saw them?
I was blown away. Skating here in the US is so little compared to what it is in other countries. So when you get there, like, we're looking at it, and our team is made of the best, right? Like, you have to earn your spot on team. If you're fastest, then you're fastest and you're on the team.
Yeah.
And other countries have it like that. Also, that's how their selection process works. But the next level that some of the countries are on are just insane. Like, there was an Italian this year that won every single sprint race. Yeah. Like, she just destroyed everybody.
Wicked fast. They are so wicked fast at the world level. It is truly amazing to watch. And when you watch it online, like, you can watch live streams and different things like that, but when you watch it in person, when you're trackside, like, it's just a whole nother level. It's truly amazing.
Yeah. And
okay, so now with the World Championships, I got one more question to ask. Did you like the food?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
The food was probably one of my favorite parts.
Was it really?
I love food and I love cooking. I do pretty much all the cooking at my house. It's just something that I like to do. It's something that my mom taught me how to do, and she learned from her grandma. So all of that was passed down to me. Okay. So I was so excited when we got there, and it did not disappoint. There were some weird things that we saw, but we didn't really try any of the weird ones.
What was the weirdest thing that you saw?
We sat down at a restaurant, and there was a couple sitting next to us, and she had this cup, and it was like a clear cup with a straw in it, and it looked like it had rocks or something in it, like the mineral water rocks that people do. And it started moving around. And I, like, couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm, like, tapping my husband on the shoulder, like, oh my gosh, like, what is in this cup? And they were, like, little crabs.
Like alive?
Like live crabs crawling around in her. And she was drinking it. It was... There were some odd things I tried. I won't try that. Okay. That is not something that would be for me.
Good enough. But your husband, you said your husband was there with you?
Yes.
So he got to go.
Yes,
awesome.
He got to come for the last week. just because it is so much time, it's hard for him to get away from his job.
Yeah.
I do have
adult responsibilities.
Yeah, I do have a little bit more leniency with my job here, seeing as the bosses do kind of like me a little bit. So they were able to work that out with me, but it is a little different for him.
Okay.
But he did get to come for the last week, and we went to
fun.
the Great Wall, tried a bunch of different restaurants, all of the things.
So you got to do some sightseeing too.
Yes, we did.
Awesome. All right, so let's get back to Tarry Hall Roller Rink, where your roots are.
Yes.
One of the things that I've mentioned in the intro to this is, how do you go from regular rink skater to the world stage? And this is some of the things that she had to do, the hard work and the dedication and all that. Like, it was early mornings and late evenings and lots of work. I don't want to get too into the amount of work that it took, but if you were to summarize in one short paragraph, how would you summarize what it takes to get from just the regular rink floor to the world stage?
I'd say discipline would probably be the biggest thing, because you can have all the motivation in the world for something, but motivation only lasts you for so long. If you're only motivated for a week, you get to the end of that week and you're like, I don't really want to anymore, and the motivation's gone. Discipline is what keeps you going through that and keeps you looking at that next thing of like, we did this week, what's the next week? Okay, we did this week, what's the next week?
Nice. So you had a very strict regimen of training for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does that look like in a week for you as far as training? Like, I don't want like specific details, but like day to day, like, do you train like a half hour a day, or like what how would you describe your weekly training?
It is probably close to 2 to 4 hours a day.
Holy
sometimes
smokes.
5 hours.
Wow. So if you want to know what it takes to get from regular rink skater to world stage, she's saying 4 hours of training a day for 6 days a week. That is crazy. So what kind of training do you do? Like, what styles of training? Obviously, you skate.
Yes.
Okay.
Skating is probably the biggest one, just because consistency on the skates to get my feet used to it and muscles adapting to it would be the biggest one.
Yeah.
But lately I've spent 2 hours in the gym just doing weight training, heavy weights, short reps.
Okay, so you got weight training, you got skating.
Do a lot of cycling too.
A lot of cycling.
Okay. But those are probably the main ones. We do some running training. That is not my favorite, and that is one I struggle with. I don't like running.
Okay.
I'll run if someone chases me. That's probably about it.
Well, I know in the speed skating community, off-skate exercises are huge. Yes. Everybody does them. You do off-skate exercises as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about slide board?
Yes, we do that more in the winter than in the summer, just because we do live in Michigan. Yeah. So 8 months out of the year, your chance of snow is probably about 80%, and I don't like the cold. Okay. So if it's too cold for me, I won't be skating outside.
Got it. Well, slide board's a good alternative.
Slide board is a good alternative.
All right. Well, with that, like, why does I want to get back to Tarry Hall? So as we're wrapping up, what is it that this rink, like the home, you called it home earlier, Tarry Hall Roller Rink, what is it that makes this place so special to you?
Probably just the fact I grew up here. Like, this is where I came as a kid. We had most of our birthday parties here, and it does hold a super special place because it's where you and Mom had met and kind of got to know each other and fell in love. It's where me and my hubby met, and we got to know each other, fell in love. Just the family aspect of it, I guess. Okay. Skating has always been a super big part of my family. You could say it's like the glue that holds it all together. Yeah. And we have come away from that a little bit just because little siblings are getting older and finding their own passions that they're interested in. But really just family. Like, this was always where the entire family got together every Friday night. This is where, no matter what we did throughout the week, no matter what happened, this is where we were. Yeah, definitely. Family. So. The skating community is family, which is amazing. Well, thanks for coming on to the show today, Abby. Congratulations on all your success, racing overseas and being on Team USA. It's amazing. We love to have you, and we're thankful that you're here. If you like this podcast and you like this content, click the follow button and the like button. Give us a like. Share it with all your friends. You can also get all the information for our roller rink off tarryhall.com. Birthday parties, school parties, public sessions, all the fun stuff you can get at tarryhall.com.
Also, we have a pro shop. We're actually sitting in the pro shop. We have an online store. It's terryhallproshop.com. Check that out. We have all kinds of cool Tarry Hall gear and swag, which is great. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, thanks for watching the podcast with us. We'll catch you next time.